What a fabulous atmosphere, and what a thrill it must be for both players to walk into the arena to that reception. Really was special. Can Marco start the match with a long pot? There's that white. He's okay. So he's got a couple of loose reds, so an early chance.
Since the UK Championship, when he was, I think it was a green or a brown with a rest away from beating Ronnie in the semi-final. Since then, I think he's made a couple of tweaks, technically. Might get a chance to see it with slightly longer backswing than normal.
5.
But he's starting to look the real deal, Dennis, when it comes to these big events. But he would sort of go maybe 1 or 2 months, you know, playing well and then disappear. To me, if he keeps playing like this, he's going to be competing at every big event. Nice aggressive shot.
Might just be okay, you know. I think the white might cannon into the pink here, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Well, he's taking the... This is much more difficult, the one he's taking to stay on the black. Oh, he didn't. I just thought he might have taken the other one, which was a slightly easier pot.
Yeah, this was a very aggressive red to take. I mean, he started off straight into the bunch straight away, so maybe that's his plan. Take the game to Ronnie.
He's just playing dead weight. But he's still covered that red that's near the pocket. Certainly opened the reds up. If this blue goes in, great chance. No, there was a bit of pressure on that one so early on in the match.
This is a nice opportunity now for Marco Fu. Maybe just taking a few moments just to calm down. Such a massive entrance for both players to the semi-final. Plays at his own pace.
5.
And getting the blue back up
6.
onto its own spot will help the situation because the pink's out of commission. Marco based himself in Scotland. Did you used to practice with Marco at Spencer's Club that's no longer there now in Stirling?
He's always been a big solo practicer. He used to be
12.
periods of 3, 4, 5 frames where he just never miss. And the red to the right of the black is the one he wants to move. He wants the black available to both corner pockets.
20.
The red directly above the black. You want to cannon that at a decent pace because there's every chance he could snooker himself on the red to the right corner. So I played it a little bit harder.
27. 28.
I just got a feeling today it's going to be a high scoring match. Your first opportunity,
36.
I think, are going to be very important. Sullivan hasn't been in his best scoring form this week, but I get the feeling it's going to come out sooner or later. So that black is the first frame. I'm going to make a century in the first frame.
58.
Such a fantastic scorer, Marco Fu.
Yeah, he's made 439 centuries in his career. That's terrific. 41 centuries last season, 31 this season.
'73, 74. 81. 82.
And the kiss on the black's okay. We've had 20 centuries so far in this year's Masters.
87.
Tell you what, if you want to get a crowd
89.
on your side, this is the way you do it. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. Unlucky. Almost a certain century there, but what a start for the man from Hong Kong. Ronnie missed that blue, and that was the end of the frame.
He's making clearances, Marco.
Here we go.
He is one of the best tactical players in the game. We tend to forget that sometimes. Well, that certainly opened the Reds up. And look at the length of the cue ball.
He's left this. Marco wasting no time. Literally just took the table dance and got down. That was incredible.
One.
So confident at the moment. Well, there's an example. Marco Fu is never blessed. Whenever there was a power shot, that was his weakness, his Achilles heel. You could see then,
6.
he's just bringing the cue back a lot further than he used to. And the power he got on that cue ball was phenomenal.
7.
Now the black's still going to be tied up, but he can play on one of the reds and clear the path into one corner pocket. And this might have finished a little awkward
14.
for him, hampered slightly with the black to force it up for the blue. No. It was
Marco Fu,
awkward because
40.
he had to really power it in to get to the blue. And the white jumped a few times, which happens when you're striking down on the cue ball like that. Well, you can't beat a nice flick. And he certainly got one there. This is the 2 cushion escape. He just caught the red before the pink. And that ball just kept on rolling and rolling. Can you see enough of the green? Yeah, that'll get him back to the reds.
Four.
Now he's got a decent chance.
5.
What an atmosphere though, Dennis, there in this Alexander Palace Arena.
11.
Absolutely packed.
12.
Marco
19.
made an 89 break in frame 1.
20.
How many will Ronnie make here?
Virtually nothing to do with the cue ball. You shouldn't see the cue ball travel very far at all.
27.
I think he's travelled a little bit too far that time. It's a change of plan up for the blue or pink now.
28.
Correct side of the blue, so should be okay after the next shot.
33. 34.
And once again, he's travelled too far.
Well, he's played
41.
2 or 3 little positional shots, which is very unlike Sullivan. And then you can see the frustration. A couple of shots ago, had to go up for the blue. And there is Mr. Cannon.
Yeah. He won't play the shot like that. It would be a foul. You've got to have one toe on the floor. But yeah, I think he's calmed down and he'll play the correct shot.
Still fuming. But this is where he's been impressive in his first 2 matches, Dennis. Although he is fuming with that shot, his temperament's been excellent this week.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 41.
There was a chance to really rub salt in the wound there.
And he has avoided them. And he might drop in behind the green. He was playing for the cushion, but well, we've seen him miss a blue in the opening frame, which cost him that first frame. Can he knock this one in? No. And I'll tell you what, as Stephen said, if Marco Fu can punish Ronnie.
One.
We're only in the second frame, but this is a massive visit to the table for Marco Fu. Such a psychological game, snooker at the top level.
8.
This is where he just ran a little bit too far and was very annoyed with himself.
Yeah, I think he was trying to play the cannon on the red to the right. Very unlike Sullivan.
60. Seventy.
He needs the black back on its spot in a couple of shots' time. And the reason I say that is that red that's on the cushion, it'll be a lot easier to get onto the black on its own spot.
2.
It's so important not to leave that red till last.
23.
Because there's every chance you don't get on it properly. So I'd be playing for it now. Screw off the side cushion. Well, he's not done. He can play now. This red is playing now. Finish high in the black and then play for the red on the cushion.
31.
May have travelled too far. No, he's fine. So this is a shot for the frame, Dennis, you'd feel.
Just has to drop it in dead weight and give the pocket a chance.
38.
You've got the perfect picture there. No.
Marco Fu, 38.
Now that is quite a big turning point so early on in this match.
1.
Provided Ronnie goes on and takes the frame. Just a little awkward with the pink sitting on the yellow spot. So he might even play for the pink this time.
9.
Big opportunity missed though by Marco Fu.
If you touch the cushion, and you don't usually see any reaction from Marco, but he knew that was a big shot that he just missed there.
$50. 70.
Green, brown and blue will be enough.
Yeah, what it's done by Marco missing that opportunity is given Ronnie Sullivan the chance to forget all about that frame. If Marco wins it,
24.
then he still thinks about it.
29. $35.
Quite a tense frame, this second frame. But in the end, Ronnie O'Sullivan, I'm not surprised he's leaving the arena. And we're all square, one frame each.
earlier, when you're bringing the cue ball back to the black cushion, there's always chances of putting reds over middle pockets. Again here, no guarantee where the cue ball's going to end up. Just make sure the pot. Well, they'll settle for that. Put it in the right hand side of the pocket and didn't get correctly on the red. That's why he's having to play this round the angles.
7. What? 30.
Just over screwed it slightly. You want it to be straighter on this brown. It shouldn't be a problem. You're going to have to pot an awful lot of balls here to get a sizable number of points.
70.
Because they're all
80.
low valued colours.
$21.
Yeah, that's your daddy out there playing, and I think she's just seen herself on the screen. Yeah. He's had a look at that just to see what's available now. So
22.
he's way ahead of himself. And he feels that maybe he can drop the blue, and he's back looking at that red. And it looks as if it's on. That just shows you how far ahead the player's thinking.
27.
He had looked at this red about 3 shots ago.
28.
Didn't get into the cue ball like he wanted. If he's playing a cannon on the red directly above the blue, it'll go wrong, but no, he's had a natural angle. So a little bit fortunate there to leave that natural angle.
33. 34.
Now they seem to be all covering each other, the 4 reds around the pink. That must be a plant. Just going slightly
39.
to the left side of the pocket, but he can make that.
40.
I think it's important for Marco to win this frame now, just to forget that red
47.
along the cushion.
50.
He's always been blessed with a terrific temperament also.
54.
It was a little bit of an awkward frame at the start, with the reds going up the other end of the table. It's the
60.
frame well and truly safe now. Best of 11. The interval still after 4 frames.
64. 65.
Almost made a century in the
70.
opening frame. He's got another chance here.
78. 79.
I've just noticed that Ronnie's looking
80.
at the tip of his cue there.
85. 88.
Yeah, he's looking
92.
very composed again.
97.
That's his 5th century. Terrific stuff from the man from Hong Kong. And Marco leads by 2 frames to 1.
How is it going to react? How is he going to react to this situation? Marco 2-1 up.
That is the question. How will he react to that new tip? But I'm with John Parrott. If anyone can do it, Ronnie O'Sullivan can. He seems to be able to just put a brand new tip on and play straight away. Not the sort of thing the player would want, but he's pretty good at doing it, Stephen.
Mark.
Yeah, and I think there's been advances in the way they make tips these days. to sort of 15,
Thank
20
you,
years
frame
ago. Where
4.
it used to take me
Marco
2,
foot
3,
break.
4 days to knock a tip in. They seem to be able to make them. They're a lot firmer. You can get grades of how hard the tip is. And the last time I had a tip put on my cue last year, I was able to play with it straight away. It was just the way the tips are made now. So not quite the drama, but still in a semi-final of a major event, not ideal.
It's not going to be hard enough.
Foul.
Coming
miss.
up a little bit short, so I
Marco
suppose
for
on
four.
that type of shot, you know.
What you would say, Dennis, a wee bit of pressure on whoever put the tip on, wasn't there?
He thought he could take the double on and he wouldn't leave anything, only the red he was trying to double, and he has left it. So, a little bit of a tester, long pot. Let's see if he can knock this in and give himself a little bit of confidence.
One.
A little bit on the softer side.
Four. Five.
Come up a little bit short, but you can still play the cannon.
The other side of the coin, of course, is if he wasn't happy with the tip that was on it, and now he finds a tip that he's happy with, we could see a different Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Just about okay. He can hold for the red that's up to the right of the blue here.
$90. 20. $25.
Well, surely
26.
he can't make a frame-winning break with a brand new tip on the cue.
33. 34. 39.
Oh, that got a terrible contact there. It's, just watch this.
$47. 48.
Oh, he certainly looks a lot happier around the table, Stephen.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He's a lot more comfortable with the tip that's on the cue now than the one that was on previously. He did mention in the
50.
studio after his last match that the tip was very hard. It was on his cue, so when the tip's a little bit tiny, a little bit softer,
54.
it just gives you more feel. But he looks a different
61.
player.
62. 67. 68.
Quite remarkable, it has to be said. He went a little bit too far here
73.
on the red, but you wouldn't see it being a problem. He's only made one
74.
century so far in this year's Masters.
$79.
Not
80.
going to be easy to make a century. 7 minutes.
87.
Everything's going in.
88.
I don't know if he can square this up
95.
and play the double. No double, no century, but I'll tell you what, with a brand new tip on his cue, he's come out and knocked in a 95 break. Absolutely incredible.
Great adjustment by Ronnie O'Sullivan there.
Extraordinary. Here we go, frame 5. It's 2 frames all.
And that's a pretty good break-off shot as well. Might still have a go at it. Did manage to get round the back.
Thank you.
But a good cue ball. There's the tools of the trade. Not sure about the lighter, what he's going to do with that. Just maybe burn a few of the fibres off. Well, it looks as if he's taking this on. He may have just held for the pink there, so it was worth the risk. If he bridges over all these reds and knocks this in, it'll be some shot. It's a very tough situation there. He might just have gotten away with it slightly. There is a long one, and he can get on the black.
One. Eight. 9.
So, chance for Marco to get back to work.
$16. $70. $22.
Just overscrewed it slightly.
$23.
That's okay with the cue ball there, because he's got very little to do with it.
28. 29. 35. 36. 40.
I don't know if he's straight enough on the bottom one to follow through for the black.
44.
Yeah, just a little bit more pace to make sure he got on the black, and he's followed through again, a couple of inches further. So he's going to have to cannon that end red, the red furthest to the right of the bunch. Yeah, perfectly played.
51.
That was the key shot to making a frame-winning break here.
52. 59.
And he's judged a couple of those shots, Steve.
60.
You know, them little cannons. He's played them perfectly, hasn't he?
Yeah, lovely touch. Very economical style. He's starting to look like a machine.
67.
And you get in amongst the balls.
68. 75. 76.
He's in line for the high break prize. He's had 5 centuries so far this week.
82.
Yeah, I think he made 11 or 12
83.
in winning the Scottish Open just before Christmas. I was going to say, just turning into a scoring machine. It's the biggest attribute you can have as a top snooker player, to be able to win frames in one visit like this on a regular basis.
91.
And from a psychological point of view, after watching Ronnie win the last frame, with a 95
98.
break on the new tip. This is just what the doctor ordered for Marco Fu.
And also, how quickly is he playing?
99.
Yeah, I know it helps when you're in perfect position every shot. Brilliant.
Absolutely superb from Marco Fu. It's the 22nd century
107.
so far this week.
$114.
There you see, look at that.
116.
It's not often someone's a quicker shot time on Ronnie O'Sullivan. But again, down to the fact that he's got the cue ball on a string.
119.
Well, it's not down to his coach, that's for sure. Well, his coach is Wayne Griffiths, but originally it was with Terry Griffiths, so he didn't get that 16-second shot selection from Terry.
123.
He could beat his own high break
128.
by 1 point.
134.
Made absolutely sure of the Blackwater response from Marco Fu. He quietly gets the balls out of the pocket, but he's just cleared the table with a magnificent break of 141.
You'll have enjoyed watching that break from Marco Fu and also enjoy
4.
the challenge of trying to get the better of it.
5.
Maybe enjoyed's the wrong word. Appreciated, Dennis. You'll have appreciated the skill of it.
12. 30. 20.
And he certainly feels comfortable with this new tip.
26. 27. 34. 35.
Tough bunch of reds to go into, but he's one of the best in the business at picking out the right cannon. So easy to stick on these.
When you see that shot again, his hit goes absolutely perfectly. The 3 reds above the black, that one, he has to hit on the right hand side of it. Any other part of that red, they don't open.
43.
Fantastic shot. Well, I'll tell you what, it's an absolute pleasure to be sitting commentating on this sort of match. It
46.
really is. Look at the pot success rate.
47.
He'll be enjoying this challenge that's up against him today.
53.
Playing a man at the top of his form, as Marco Fu is.
60. 61.
That's the frame safe. Now, full concentration
69.
to see if he can respond with a century break.
$75.
And this Alexander Palace crowd, they're being royally entertained here.
$81.
Might be able to pop the red that's closest to the black. If not, the cannon. No, it will go.
86. 88. 87. '94. 95.
In between the yellow and brown. Quite straightforward there. Two cushions and a little bulk, but that's another century.
104.
Ronnie's first of the match.
858 centuries now in his career. 1,000 centuries. Wouldn't that be something in a career?
111. 116. 122.
It doesn't matter that the hook hasn't gone in. What a response from Ronnie O'Sullivan. That's superb. Century, 122. We're all square.
How much quicker can these two players get? Ronnie O'Sullivan has just equalled Marco. Down to the 16 seconds of shot. Marco played that red, thinking it was the only one who could leave.
Thank
possibly
you.
if he
Settle down,
missed it.
please.
And how often does that happen?
1.
Wow. One red, one black, Dennis. What do you think?
9. 60.
Well, in practice or an exhibition, you play the right-hand side of those two reds, brush off the pack for the black. Still play off this shot. Yep, it has done.
70. 24. 25. 32.
Concentrating on the frame.
33.
Yeah, the crowd
Thank you. Settle down, please.
were buzzing there, but Ronnie, even Marco was smiling. Ronnie, as all players, the main concern is the frame.
38.
But that's nice to see. Never been in front
46.
in this semi-final. Be a good time to take the lead.
47. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 47.
We didn't see that coming. It was just a little bit of a distraction with that red there, having to bridge over it, that caused him to miss that. That's the only reason I could think of why he missed the black.
Now there's a loose red to the right of the bunch. It goes to the right corner, but it's a big target. If you want to go into them, really open things up. I think he's going to play for the loose red first.
Six. 7.
Another big moment in this match. So often the deciding factor in these matches are not the frames that you should win, it's the frames that you shouldn't, the ones that you can pinch.
40.
Such a fine line between winning and losing when both players are playing so well.
He's just finished a little awkward. Just having to stretch quite a bit here. Little straighter on the black than he would have liked it.
22. 23.
So I'm botting this red. This clears everything. No excuses now
31.
not to win the frame at this visit for Marco Fu.
Rather than forcing that in, he just played a
38.
nice little shot to leave the one next to the pink for the middle.
39.
Yeah, he's got a glimpse of Ronnie there. He was shaking his head.
45.
He knows at this standard you can't afford any mistakes.
Yeah, we showed you
46.
the shot that Ronnie missed because he was bridging over the red. It made the black a little awkward. Yeah, you can tell. You don't see him shake his head often, but he knows that Marco's not going to miss, and the fact that he's played up for a balk colour makes it so much easier. A little bit harder than he intended.
56.
Yeah, be hoping for. Well, he's playing topspin, so obviously he's got the natural angle just to fall off the cushion. So
58.
it's still quite a comfortable shot.
$61.
So composed. It looks Marco Fu.
Just
65.
blue to make absolutely certain.
70.
You just can't make a mistake in this
76.
game, the way these boys are playing. Another fabulous frame of snooker. Ronnie O'Sullivan had the 47 break, finished a little awkward, missed the black, and that was the end of it.
It's the economy of cue ball as well. It doesn't move anywhere. It's just so tight into the next ball.
Well, it's Fu back in the lead, 4-3.
It's a very difficult pot. If you're away from the cushion, slightly easier.
Thank you. That's enough, please.
Well, it looks quite a thin snick, this, but maybe he's okay.
One.
A little bit too pacey.
The red is to the left of the bunch. He'd love to have a natural angle in the blue to be able to cannon that full ball, because then he could just concentrate wholly on the pot. You know, and the position would take care of itself. He did, but he just had the blue. A bit of movement in his body there in that shot. That wasn't his normal smooth playing style.
One. Seven. Eight.
Finishing short on this red
15.
so that he could bring more reds into play when potting this.
16.
Missed a similar black in the previous frame, but he was bridging over a red that time.
23. 24. 30. 31.
Just managed to avoid canning that red there.
38.
Just judged it to perfection.
39.
3 reds above the black. You could push through the one on the right of those 3, leave one to the left corner. Yeah, that's what he's played. It's not worked out though. Just here, and drop the cue to the ground. He played for the cue ball.
46.
When he hits this red, he played for the cue ball to keep going through and leave one of those reds to the left corner.
Well, he needs a special pot if he's going to continue here. This is very tough. Oh, what a shot.
47.
You'd love to stun through the gap. Get the red to the right of the pink. And that's the other way of playing it, but he's always going to finish low in this red.
54.
So, a good positional shot required here.
Yeah, just didn't quite judge it. When you're canning other reds, there's always a possibility you can finish on the cushion. Shouldn't be a problem covering that red that's over the right corner pocket. And the brown near the cushion has a little bit of
55.
insurance. It's a very healthy lead, 54 points, but not the man in the form that Marco Fu is. Very clever indeed. Just playing the safety shot. Didn't want the cannon on the brown. But that last shot that Marco Fu played, it shows how well he's thinking, Stephen, to get down and just play that safety shot. Seen it straight away.
Oh, brilliant shot. Look at how confidently he played that. Look what he's leaving. Should have missed that red. Just floated it in. He's just seen everything, Dennis, hasn't he?
6.
Everything's coming very easily. And taking the difficult red first. Oh,
Marco Fu 6.
decelerated on that. Chose to take the most difficult red.
Yep.
That's what happens when you decelerate, you miss the pot thin.
Wow, that could have been a huge turning point had he have pinched that frame after pinching the previous one.
One. Six.
That was the first
7.
small sign of weakness we've seen from Marco Fu in a long time in this match.
Yes, he would have been a strong favourite had he have taken the frame, but you just sense that this could go to a deciding frame. We've had some fabulous matches all week, and quite a few of them going the distance.
$28. 29.
Yeah, an average frame time of under 12 minutes. That
36.
just shows you quality of snooker.
38.
There's not been much safety play.
41. 45. 50. 56.
He had an early break of 55. He finished the frame off with a break of 63. All square again, 4 frames each. And once again, good pace with the break-off shot. Just decided against risking that.
We can leave the cue ball up by the yellow pocket, bring the black into play as well.
It was a risky one just to nestle on with the nap of the cloth. You can always get a little deviation.
Yeah, it was the first negative shot that Marco Fu was playing a long time, because he could have come thin off the bunch and brought the cue ball back to where he was. Yeah, so you can come off the bunch on the thin. It's not that difficult a shot to take the cue ball back up to where he was playing from. So, as I said, not the way he's been playing so far this afternoon, that shot.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that missed red in the last frame with the rest is just
16.
affected him.
70.
This was the one that, if it goes in, you can see him dropping the cue. He knew it was a great chance. But meanwhile, he knows that Ronnie hasn't finished on the red as nicely as he would have liked. Can he avoid Cannon, the black? He could. Left-handed as well.
32. 33. Yes. 39.
He's gone too far.
46.
Big smile there, about 6 inches further than he intended.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 46.
Yeah, managed to cover that red.
Oh, this red to the right of the table, long pot, there's pressure on this.
If that red keeps running, he's safe, or relatively safe. Oh, we've had everything in this match, only bouts of safety, and now we're getting that. Nice to see the tactical side of the game also. Oh.
1.
Oh, that cue ball ran off. That ran off a mile. And it only moved the space of just a bit over a foot. Watch this cue ball go to the right. That's shocking.
Well, there's nothing Marco Fu could have done about that. If this green goes in, it could be the end of frame, but it's not easy.
That was a fabulous pot. You see what he's leaving. Should have missed it.
It's just a little awkward here for the good positional shot. He can't make his mind up. Yeah, sometimes you're faced with a shot and you know it's just not a matter of potting the ball and getting nicely on the next colour. Still can't decide which way to play it.
Five.
And in the end, he made it look very, very easy with a very, very delicate screw shot. Yeah, puff the cheeks. He was glad to get that one out of the way.
12. 30.
Marco missed the one with the rest. That would have given him a 5-3 lead if he had pinched that frame.
21.
Yeah, it was like the first time in the match, the enormity of the occasion got to him. And what he had the opportunity to do. Go 5-3 ahead.
28. 29. 36. 37. 44.
He won the previous
45.
frame with breaks of 55 and 63. This is following a similar pattern. Breaks of
50.
46 and now this.
52. 55. 57. 60. 64.
Oh, what a shot that was. Using the jaw to get onto the pink. You don't see that very often.
75.
Don't see that shot played very often. And the black's in as well. So he had an area break of 46. He followed it up with that break of 82.
At the end of frame 3, he's one away from booking a place in yet another Masters final.
Taking the pot on.
One.
Well, fantastic pot, but yes, that always looked like the natural angle for the cue ball to go.
I might have left
Ronnie
a
O'Sullivan
red
one.
to the right middle pocket here, the way he's played it. Yeah, he's left a possible pot.
It's going to take some shot for Marco to get on the black. That was always a danger. An element of safety as well. You can see where the cue ball is.
That's a little bit on the thick side, but I think the pace of the table will still take him behind the yellow. That was all he could do there. Well, where's the cue ball going? It's okay. And have a look at the reds. That is what you call an attacking safety shot. Certainly no easy escape back down the table from that position. He's thought of quite a few options. Not often Ronnie thinks about a shot this length of time, but it's very understandable here.
1.
It was worth waiting on. I said he'd do well to find a path down the table. He found a pot and he found a way back down the table. And he's on the brown to get back up to the reds.
Yeah, Tom was talking about the whole tournament could have been so different if Liang Wenbo had potted that black in the first round.
Needs to bounce
20.
off the cushion.
Yeah, and this one could be going a little bit of pressure on it, as you can imagine, but this will be very slow.
No!
Liang Wenbo,
Can you believe it? Ronnie thought he was out. The crowd thought he was out. We all thought he was out. But Liang Wenbo, how did he miss just rolling the black in?
Come on, mate.
Still at 97%. Someone in his line of sight there. I think, come on, mate.
Six. Nine. 10.
He's just asked someone to keep still. It must be a photographer. Has to be.
16. Seventy.
Well, Marco Fu has just got to sit there and hope that something can go wrong here
23.
for Ronnie.
24. 30. 31.
'It's been an absolutely
37.
fabulous semi-final match, this, between two players at the top of their form. Very few mistakes have been made. This is going to finish
50.
a little awkward. 51 in front. He's not many pots away from securing a place in the final. It's there.
$55.
Going to play it left-handed if he can reach it. Why not? Just needs the pink.
56.
It's a lovely gesture from
62.
Marco Fu there. It's been a fabulous semi-final, as I mentioned. We said Marco Fu would have to play at the
63.
top of his game. He did that. He's still applauding. That's the type of character that Marco is. But they've treated this
60.
Alexander Palace audience to some brilliant, brilliant snooker. Doesn't matter
69
about the
final
red.
match.
Marco comes forward. Big smile and congratulates Ronnie O'Sullivan. That is lovely to see both players. It's been a fabulous semi-final. It would have graced any final. But in the end, Ronnie O'Sullivan, well, he was just brilliant. And he goes on to beat Marco Fu by 6 frames to 4.